diabetes.
All week long. All rise. Oh my God, they're starting out with a
I got inspired while we were off the air. Somebody's weather alert went off on their phone. The judge jumps up. He says, "Somebody just come in the back door."
So the judge
He needed to be honored immediately.
all right, that's pretty damn funny. Welcome, one and all. This is We Got a Case, getting our day started. This and a woman who's got a very bad black eye, by the way. Not sure if you noticed that yet. Miss Crowder, or she's in. I don't.
Extra sleepy, Creed.
Maybe that's it. That's possible. We're going to start over there. I want to show you this one though. You don't see many on Zoom that have a bunch of news people there.
Are those news people, or is that the county just keeping track?
Well, that guy looks like a news guy standing there in the blue.
Okay, I'm gonna go with that then.
That's my guess, anyways.
Patrick O'Callahan for the defense.
Turning to Derek Justice.
Is that
Yes,
the guy that jumped
Your
up
Honor, I
and
met with
somebody coming
Mr.
in his back
Justice,
door?
and
judge
he's
at
indicated
that
to me that he would like to take a look at the ledger, and I've indicated to him that we would give him a 1-week adjournment.
Derek's high.
Derek Justice.
The 27th, July 27th. Do you already have times with us, Mr. O'Callahan?
Yes, I believe I do. Just a second, please. Yes, I do.
At what time?
It looks like 11 a.m.
We'll put this one with that also.
I
Thank
always
you.
like Patrick is so annoying when you ask him a question
you.
every time. It's
He is not happy.
22 CO 981.
Maybe he
Sugar Tree Apartments versus
Sugar Tree
Garcia
Apartment.
Miller.
Maybe he had an affair with Sherry.
Oh,
Bad blood.
she's a hottie. Is
Yes,
she
Your Honor,
wearing
this was
purple?
I think an adjournment because of a
Cheers.
I believe a
wearing
SIRA
purple.
application. I don't think we have the number.
It's good to see Grimace
Do we have
get
the
work
number?
after being let go by McDonald's.
I guess we,
So many things.
so was this the second time up from last week? Your Honor, this is adjournment from last week. If she got, and we do have the SIRA number?
Yeah.
I guess the same, September 7th, Your Honor.
September 7th, 11 a.m.
Sherry reminds me of a mountain. You've seen that? Isn't there a movie where there's a mountain that has a face on it?
The guy on the side reminds me of Price is Right cliffhanger game. I think it is where he's going to the side of the mountain.
He's yodeling his way up.
You just called Dina?
Yes,
Howard
Your Honor,
Dina?
this is actually a termination of tenancy.
Oh, Dina's getting kicked out.
Wow. Sugarfoot.
And I can outline for the court the reason if the defendant's not here.
Oh, please do. We'd love to know.
Zachary Medina, no answer.
Call his name 3 times.
Holy mackerel! Out in the hallway, of course.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, we terminated the tenancy based upon violations of the rules. He's got 2 unregistered pit bulls, and there's been several instances, including just recently, last night, I believe, of assault and battery to, I believe, his wife. And for those reasons, we're asking for a termination of tenancy.
Can't believe this guy. What a
Cause terminate the tenancy.
got dogs. He's beating his wife.
Hey, look out!
Paperwork.
I will, Your Honor. Thank you.
I say we throw him out too. He's got my vote.
Thank you, Darren, for the fake stars to get the day going.
Pizza the Hut.
Was it
Look,
you that posted some about a new Pizza Hut opening up?
Yeah, they opened a Pizza Hut sports bar.
Oh, is that what it is? I didn't even
Yeah.
notice that.
It's a
Ready
Pizza
to
Hut.
proceed,
sports
Your Honor.
bar. It's got video games, pool
Gold
table, actual bar. Pizza
Ran
Hut.
by Redface.
No, it's ran on. It's on Camp Lejeune, the only one in the world, I think. I don't know.
Proof of service by attachment in the file. You may proceed.
Your Honor, there was $1,300 in rent, $130 in costs. We're asking a possession only judgment of $1,430.
They're just coming in hot, just hitting people today over here.
Dallas had just started.
All I ask Dallas is please
Okay.
like the video. Thank you.
I'm gonna have to do something to cover up the fact that their pizza is shitty. By the way, Miss Crowder up here with the two black eyes reminds me of like the poor version of Judge Boyd. Let's see this one. They're just walking up. We'll bounce back to that one.
I'll hold it.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Warris, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication of community supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you? review
Not
that
one of the
document
most
with your attorney?
impressive
Did you
handbags I've seen
understand
with
it?
Judge Boyd, and the flowers are
Do you
kind
know
of
the reading of the
eh.
indictment?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Lackluster.
Warris, I'm going to show you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit or admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
It's that little thing next to
You
drum. Is
understand
it
these
somebody
charges of
holding
aggravated
soap?
Robbery, that's the first degree felony, the range of punishment.
Maybe.
5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement. with the
Contempt,
state,
Ed B,
the
be
court does
careful.
not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you. And
Is
you
this a
will
12-year-old kid?
Did you understand?
I,
Did you understand you have a right to jury?
Which one, the
trial,
one in the
right
tie or
to
the one
your
being
attorney
arraigned?
to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to.
Masked man.
Did you understand by
Uh,
entering this plea bargain?
by the way,
agreement,
is this
you're
dude
giving up
just-
those rights?
just dyeing his hair and his
Did you intend to fulfill the right to
mustache.
Enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case.
Maybe.
You understand
'Cause
that the
that's
court would grant your application for deferred
weird.
adjudication. If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court would send you up to life in prison.
Taco.
$10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Life in prison?
Provide you with any defenses to this offense.
She said that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor. I
You
did have
believe-
him during the finish of the case. He was cited and we had a hearing and Judge Close was found. to be competent.
Right. And do you believe he was sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr.
Right.
Morris, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. The state opposes your application for deferred adjudication. They will take in consideration County Court Cause number 672235. And there's to be no contact with Maria Valderas Calderon.
That little
Do you
feller
understand
over
that
there.
the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea bargain agreement.
Yes, Your Honor.
State is at the plea bargain agreement. Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Boy, yeah, he must have had quite the. And if you're,
They're asking
if
that you
that's the
have no
plea deal.
contact with the complainant. You understand those are
5 years.
recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations.
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense is charged in indictment. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
Yes, Your Honor, State's Exhibit 1 and all its attachments.
Any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
Mr. Juarez, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Toodles.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits
You
1 and
might be.
attachments and review the same.
Forever in blue jeans.
Is she gonna? I think she's gonna run through all the.
Charges.
Yeah,
That's because she's about to sentence him.
yeah.
I don't know who this is.
Who did? Who did? That Alice.
Hey, Alice, calm down. He's got yellow handcuffs on.
Yeah, I saw that. A little different.
Are they plastic?
Well, we got a second. Don't forget 9:00 East Friday. Mikey made a really nice thing. There it is. Don't forget Friday night, 9:00 East.
Exhibits 1 and attachments. The court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you apply. for
Only on Twitch, by the way.
Is there a request for a chapter evaluation?
Strictly.
Yes,
Stickly.
All
They
right.
take a year off if he gets vaccinated.
The check, see if you could go into the-
Remember they were doing that. I forgot about that.
Psychological.
All right, your sentencing will be set on September 6th.
I think so.
I'm sorry, is it-
I'll be out of town that week. My son's getting married. So Labor Day, so I'll be gone. that week.
Oh, you
Does
can
your
miss
son
your.
want you at his wedding, or do they just want?
can miss it
usually
for
they
that.
just
It's
want
court.
the
Come
parents to pay.
I'm supposed to be there.
All right, are you best man or?
He's going to jail for 5 years.
Oh, okay. All right. awesome.
It's sentencing at work. Hey, it's no big deal.
Ms. Ferguson?
Oh, sure, but we'll do it just the next Tuesday.
Okay.
I feel like the one
All right,
attorney
so we'll do
is gonna
September
rip
13th.
that mustache
We
off.
will
And
come
say,
back
"Ha, it was me the whole time."
Going there saying, I have been there for you.
That's what he was saying about it. Was it a
community?
Is it a
All right,
comedy
so we're gonna
routine?
come back on September 13th.
Is that for PSI and stuff?
Hello, goats.
I'm gonna want a TAP evaluation and a McMilk evaluation. And are there gonna be any witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is going to call the plaintiff witness for a victim impact statement.
All right, but are you gonna call them for testimony?
Go ahead, do it.
All right, so
Do it.
possibly one witness. Do you have any witnesses?
I may have one.
All right, and the reason why I'm asking, if you guys are sure it's only gonna be 2 witnesses.
All right.
Then I'll
I hate
set
to
it
say
in
this.
the-
I don't think we're gonna hear
If it's
anything.
End up being more than that, we'll set it in the afternoon. That's why I
Yeah.
asked.
All right. Good luck. Good luck, little man. Good luck on your days.
He'll do well in prison.
Oh, speaking of which, hi Hassan. Nice hair.
Is that a picture of Hassan over the fireplace? I think it is. I like Hassan so much I have blazoned him onto a piece of wood.
For Mr. Freeman, Mr. O'Callahan and Mr. Freeman.
Okay, Mr. Callahan?
Yes, sir.
What the hell you want?
I met with Mr. Freeman, and we've agreed as follows, Your Honor. $3,330 in rent, $160 in cost. Total amount is $3,490. We've extended the writ date to August 8th. I did explain to Mr. Freeman his rights, and he gave me permission to sign his name.
Very good. Is that correct, Mr. Freeman?
It is correct, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Thank you, Mr. Callahan.
That's a lot of monies.
Yep, thank you, Your Honor.
They coming in hot with some big totals over here.
I see that. Yesterday was $100 speeding day, and now we're into this with hundreds of
Thousands of dollars.
times they be a changing day by day. Remember, they were all happy about that $25 they got.
Is David in a trailer?
LT.
I think so.
Lewis versus Katrina Crowder.
Wonder what a MMMHP is.
Who do I have?
MMM, triple M.
I'm here, Your Honor. Katrina Crowder is present.
I think she's just tired, Creed.
Is Tamika Lewis here?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
I think there's a song about that. though.
Have you folks tried to resolve this?
I had called her to find out if she was
Old
going
David Allen
to
Coe,
pay the
Starlight?
rent. And she responded and she had told me that she had
That's the
a
incorrect.
place that she was looking at and that it wasn't going to be ready just yet. And then I told her I couldn't house her while she waited on the place to be ready, and I never got a response back. So I just want possession of the property right now.
Get out
Okay.
now.
And Ms. Crowder, your position?
Okay, there's more to the story
Amen.
than just that, Your Honor. I feel as though I shouldn't be on any more rent because we went into an
Shouldn't be on
agreement.
any more rent.
I was to purchase the house as is. And when I got to the last date of payment
I didn't
for the
like
house to be mine, I asked her,
I told you, it
when
looks
could I
like she
expect
got
the deed?
knocked in the
And she
eyes.
kept giving me the runaround about the deed.
About the D
So
or the
it
D.
was more to
Hey,
it
no
than
left.
just her asking me to move out. And I really feel like I shouldn't have to pay rent at this point because I paid what was expected of me to pay. And I was left
great.
expecting a deed out of paying the total amount of what was expected.
Damn,
You're
you
moving to
would.
another place soon, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm trying to fight this case for the right to be able to stay there because I paid what I agreed to pay. I paid for what I paid the amount in total of what I agreed to pay for home ownership of the house.
She's saying she should own the house.
Oh,
And once I paid it in full,
right. That's why
she turned around and told me,
off the rent.
"Oh, we decided not to sell the house."
Oh,
But in your
I'm going to give that.
pleadings,
She said, "We decided not to sell the house. I'm giving one
Girl,
house
the
to one
hemorrhoids
family
all right?
member, and the house that you're in, I'm giving
Get
that
the
to
flare
another
up there,
family
look at the
member."
doctors.
was it the gyno?
And I'm not even sure if she even has the right to do that because
I bet that's
house
really
is sold
common.
the name
For
of
people that are,
Mildred Strand.
rent to own kind of thing, and those contracts, I'm sure, are not even
Yeah,
contracts.
And
unless
that was
you
the
got
only name
something
on the house.
in solid writing.
Is that correct?
She's up shit creek.
Yes, sir. The
Oh,
Mildred
could you imagine
Strand.
if they just played? No, that was just rent for
Ms.
last
Ms. Lewis,
15
Ms.
years.
Strand has passed.
Yes, my grandmother passed February the 28th
Oh,
And what's
of
your
this
interest-
year.
Jeanette.
Ooh,
Pardon
I
me?
wanna say the deal was with
what's your
grandma.
interest in the property?
The property is mine. My grandmother left the house to my sister.
Oh,
My
you want
sister
me to pay.
passed away, and now the property is mine.
That's where they really get you is that lot rent. Man,
And
that
what
lot
do you
rent can
have
be
to
more
show
than.
the property is yours?
Your trailer.
I have my
park.
grandmother's will.
Oh, this is getting slippery, boys. One
Have you
person died
donated
to the death.
No, everybody has passed away. She left houses to myself, my sister, and my mother, and I'm the only one left.
Okay, but with legal
I've been
action
keeping Bishop
has
away.
been taken to transfer the property from her to whoever.
I'll
is
say
going to be
this:
owning
if
it.
she's been paying rent the whole time, thinking that it's rent to own,
I own the house.
I would feel really bad about that situation.
But my thing is, she's renting the house. No agreement was signed or anything. I just
Ooh.
want her out so I can take possession of the property.
Oof.
Man.
We're not selling anything. My grandmother wanted the houses to stay in the family.
Real quick, I just
She's
want to
not
say Bishop's been doing really bad lately. He had to grow out his beard, and things are just not good for him, and he's in court.
Hang in there, Tanner.
So there's that.
Yep.
Your Honor, there was an agreement made, a verbal agreement was made, and when I paid,
Verbal agreement.
Mildred
Get out of
Strand
here.
passed away
Don't
February
even- Just
28th
stop.
of this year,
Crowd.
2022. I still went over and paid March 6th rent, which was the last due date for me to pay the house for it to be paid in full. And when I asked her, after she wrote me a receipt and after having
Hearsay, Your Honor.
agreed that was my last payment, I asked her when I could expect the deed, and she said, "Oh, well, Granny, she left the paperwork and everything. I just have to find it. She left so much for me to do and handle and take care of. I have to find it." So thereafter, she's like, "I'll call you when I find it." A few days later, I received a form in the mail for G card because I had already applied with the expectancy that I would be the homeowner once I paid it in full. So a few days later, I received G card mail for me to fill out forms and turn in. So I called her to let her know that I received G card forms and they have a deadline. And I need the deed to provide them with confirmation of various documentations and forms that they were requesting of me before they could come out and do work on the house. And so she said, well, like I said, she left the I said, deed. She said, okay,
Sherry
like I
would
said,
break
she
that fight up
left
so
it, but we
quick.
just can't find it. We
didn't even do
did
anything.
get it, but we
She
just can't
wait.
find it. I've been sworn with paperwork of a lot of stuff that she wanted me to take care of. So I'm like, okay. So I called her again a few weeks later. Well, I let her know about the G card. And she said, well, can you bring me the G card application that they sent you? I took it over there, which I didn't think was necessary, but I took it over there to her anyway. After
No,
not hearing
Courtney,
anything
she
from
said
her,
it was a verbal
about a
agreement.
week or
many
so
years ago.
later, week and a half later, I called her to remind her, if you look
He's
on the
trying to
form
stop
again,
her.
if you've read it, there's a deadline for this
Yeah,
G card
she
form,
was
and it's the end of the
going.
month. So she said, well, let me call you back. A few days later, she calls me back and says, this is Tamika, we decided not to sell the house.
Please. Let me speak.
Just made old man raise
Gotta
his
find out
voice.
What's going on? You're claiming that you are purchasing the property, is that correct?
That is correct, sir.
100%, Joe.
In your pleadings, you say there's nothing in writing, is that correct?
That is correct.
Cut and dry.
Unfortunately,
Bye.
The law is that
Sorry.
to transfer any interest in property, you need to have a writing. It's called the statute of frauds.
Called packing
Okay.
up and leaving too.
She told me that she had the deed that her granny had left, and she needed to just find it to give it to me.
But if they don't wish to sell you the property, they don't have to sell you the property. Now, there's nothing in writing. An agreement to sell property must be in writing to be enforceable. Okay, so you don't have the right to purchase the property. So when can you move out?
Probably about 45 to 60 days. Because this hit me unexpectedly. I was expecting that this was an investment in a purchase. And I've rented that property all this
Sherry.
time in
It could be a
conditions that were
lie both ways,
for
you
the
know.
simple fact that I thought I was investing in it.
Old lady dies.
And
she's
then
like, oh,
once I made that last payment after Granny died, she still accepted the payment. And it wasn't until that last payment went through that she decided to change her mind. I agree. I took this agreement with her and Granny both. I understand what you're saying, but
That
I'm
was
just
me,
saying
Courtney Watts.
that's what happened. Those are just the facts. I'm just presenting to you the facts, and I understand what you're saying. But for me to suddenly move, I wasn't expecting for the outcome to be this way.
Okay.
You stupid bastard.
Because I really thought I was entitled to it. That's why I told her at first.
Mary, you hearing that
anything,
too?
and then
Okay,
I
I'm not the only
reconsidered and felt that this was alignment. I shouldn't have to owe anything more.
Wait a second. I am going to give you until September 7th to move.
I was going to ask, who's farting?
Okay, other than after that, she'll get a written to have you put out, okay?
She's feeding.
Okay.
That gives you your 45 days. Thank you.
Okay.
both.
I don't believe Miss Chowder.
All right.
She's giving it up too easy.
That would have been one way to find out, actually, if she was paying a different amount and if that changed at any time. But I mean, you're just screwed at that point. And who goes into that with a
nothing
verbal
right.
agreement?
Especially with an old lady that could die any day.
You're dealing with property.
So you think that she's kind of giving it up easy?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, can you please repeat that, Your Honor?
way too easy.
I didn't hear you clearly.
The law requires that you have things in writing when you're dealing with real property or contracts that can't be taken care of in a year.
Yes, sir.
You tread forever.
I'm gonna.
Or because she knew that the granny died, she figured that'd be a good time to go on and say about that whole agreement too.
Granny's not here.
Thank you, Your Honor.
How dare you thank him after he's basically threw you to the ground?
Entonces,
Hey,
condición va a ser
Hey,
o
amigo.
esta cosa o la
Hey.
otra. O le pone el etilómetro al auto o
Sí.
consigue el dispositivo portátil para usted mismo.
Okay, el dispositivo
Okay.
portátil.
Yeah, the portable
I keep pressing one for
device.
English, but it's not working.
You know where to go to get that, right?
Y usted sabe dónde tiene que acudir para conseguir el dispositivo, el
Well,
aparato.
we got a minute while we go through that one. I want to say, I don't think there's any volume on this one. That was an interesting look at that, but I don't think there's any. Oh, there is. Mine, I swear, didn't have any volume.
Hair.
And you say, did you write down the license plate number? I didn't. I told the dispatcher.
Volume's not very loud.
You remember what color the car was? Yeah, greenish gray.
He said greenish red. What?
You say at some point you lifted up your shirt, correct? Yes. You say you saw a gun? Do you know the difference between a pistol and a semi-automatic pistol? You don't know the difference? You know what kind of gun it was? What color?
Pew pew.
Could you describe the handle? Was it a square handle? Did it point it at you?
Dave's not here, man.
Maybe that's all you can describe. You saw something black. It was a black gun. How much of the gun was sticking out of his waistband? Enough to see the handle. Just the handle, you say? Enough to see the handle.
Just
Was it
the
in a holster?
handle, you say.
No.
Just the tip, as some would say.
Tucked in between his waistband.
I still can't get out that lady didn't put up a fight. I was really seeing if you're gonna hold to something like that, you would.
Something about the hat.
When it would have to be like tens of thousands of dollars, if not hundred thousands of dollars.
Like if that was the truth, she would be fighting that a little bit. She
Oh
wouldn't.
my god, yeah. She would be
could
dragging
see-
them into all kinds of court with receipts and stuff, not thanking the judge for telling her to get out in 45 days. I'd be screaming.
So-
I'd be like,
Do you think a friend of hers that's a little shady was like, listen, just go in there and say this? I mean, listen, if they believe you, they believe you, and you get the house. And then she-
nothing lost, nothing gained, you know. Maybe I personally would have been just going crazy. I'd have been nuts.
Live from the boat.
Ok,
Jesus.
entonces lo van a dejar salir.
Oh,
hoy,
come on, hurry up with this
pero
guy. I
no
want to see the
vaya
rest.
usted a
Good
conducir,
sentence.
no vaya a manejar hasta que consiga
I don't
o
understand
el
a word of
aparato
this French that
portátil,
she's speaking.
o el etilómetro, el monitor de alcohol, ya sea el portátil o el
Well,
que
you
esté
know what
instalado
they
en el
say,
auto.
Creed. If
No
life
puede
gives you
manejar hasta
lemons,
que consiga los.
Oh,
know what it is.
hell
Okay.
yeah.
So I'll go to the next person,
Grandpa.
which would be Kyle Withers.
Kyle. Come on down, Kyle.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that's oh God, what Jesus Christ.
Okay, Mr. Withers, you're here in case 22, CRB 1115, 1 and 2. You're charged with abusing harmful intoxicants, which is a misdemeanor of the first degree,
What?
and possession of drug paraphernalia, misdemeanor of the fourth degree. The
Abusing
misdemeanor of the first degree carries a maximum penalty of 6 months in jail and $1,000 fine. The M4 drug paraphernalia is a misdemeanor of the third degree or fourth degree, maximum penalty 30 days in jail, $250 fine. What plea do you wish to make to those two charges?
Guilty.
Guilty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, wasn't expecting that.
So that was easy. I like that. Oh, he's got that. Oh my God, that stare. Don't look in his eyes, you guys. Don't look. Oh my God. Walking up to him in an alley or Jesus Christ. Did you see?
All right.
I tried
So
not. Like I'm already dead.
be a fine of $100 plus cost on this is on the possession harmful intoxicants, again,
What
one.
is that? What is harmful intoxicant?
180 days in jail How
the
long
thing
has
may
he
be
been
paying-
in?
Huffing.
1 day, 2 days? All on other charges. Okay.
7.
Yeah, that dude
180
kills
days suspended, 2 years probation. Determined by probation what your requirements are going to be. And on the M4 be a fine of $250 plus cost.
Yes, yes.
Menacingly. Harmful intoxicants credence.
So you got 180 days suspended, but you're on probation for 2 years. Okay?
Will I get out today?
There's something else holding you in there.
No, I don't have any other charges. Other than these 2 charges. This is what they brought me in on.
Okay, then you'll have to report to probation as soon as you get out. What?
They
Okay,
let me out today. All right, thank you.
yeah. What is this? There's no, what is the statement of violation?
It should be right behind that. The violations is in the left.
I'm just waiting for him
He
to
hasn't seen it.
figure out that there's a bunch of charges on him and he ain't getting out today.
Yeah. It just
Okay, now we'll wait till he comes back. Get Mr. Keller back on there.
Uh-oh, here he comes back.
Ah, there it is.
Okay, did you see your statement of violations?
Yes.
Okay, do you wish to admit or deny it?
Admit.
Killing people today.
Admit.
You want to admit?
Yeah.
What do you want done with it?
What's the woman's name is being very loud in the courtroom? I forget. I think we knew it at one time with the curly hair that comes up
okay.
and stands. Just
2 years. 2 years.
Creed's an excellent artist.
Treatment program down in Portsmouth. He walked away on Saturday, turned himself in.
Why is he wearing shorts in court? How dare he?
be bothered. How long until Gramps says quiet down now?
None of this stuff makes any sense. Pardon me?
It's completely
I-
different than Franklin County, Your Honor.
I was waiting for the dude we just saw to come back, but
Okay, so the defendant has appeared and he has.
He's got clip
oh wow,
admits
Jeez.
it,
so loud in there.
I haven't heard the phone ring.
and this case will be continued for sentencing in front of Judge Stansbury.
Yeah, Stansbury, baby.
Where is
Bond will be set at 2,500, cash or surety. That's how. Okay, that's it. You'll be going to Stansbury. That's who has your case. Okay?
I try.
Have you guys still been collecting them and putting them over on the Discord? I haven't looked.
Okay, we'll have the next case would be,
Is he just
Brad
in there?
Bowman.
I think he's Creek Fred. Oh no, maybe not. This guy's great. I love Judge Stansbury, but
All
I
right,
mean,
Brad, you're here in case 22 CRB
hey, Brad.
106, charged with theft, a first-degree misdemeanor,
where from?
and criminal trespass is count 2. That's a fourth-degree
negligent.
misdemeanor. The theft is a first-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. The M4 is a maximum penalty of 30 days in jail, $250 fine. You're entitled to a jury trial in both of these cases. You're entitled to have an attorney represent you. If you can't afford one, one will be appointed for you. What plea do you want to make to these two charges?
Not guilty.
Not guilty?
Innocent as
Sir.
hell, Your Honor.
Hey, can you tell me where them charges are out of, where they come from? Criminal trespassing? I just pleaded guilty or this month to 3 of them.
My name's Flay. They call me Flay, not Brad.
Let's see, this, looks like it happened, I don't know, June 17th. Well, if
Most,
it did,
Your Honor,
then
outside the country. Foreign.
this is a different case, I don't know. So your bond will be set then,
I
if
don't know
you've
what's
had
going
these
on.
other
I
ones,
don't
at 2,500 cash or surety. Or 10% on the
Does he have a weird
criminal
eye?
trespass.
Either that or he's making eyes.
Oh, what's that?
Brad, no need for all that.
Brad, you be careful of that podium. Are we going to see the first person push this
And the
podium over
bond on the
in rage?
theft will be 2,500, cash or surety.
Well, until he just said that, then he just did some weird thing. Hey now.
And if you want an attorney, fill out that financial affidavit that you've got there, and we'll get an attorney appointed for you.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, I'd like that idea that there's things hidden inside them books. I like that.
I was slow today.
All right, this is Carl
Brad.
Flanagan,
Everybody, Brad.
right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Brad.
22 CRB 986 1 and 2. Count 1 is a theft. First degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 6 months in jail,
You know
$1,000
somebody
fine.
at some
Count
point
2 is
gonna rage
theft,
at that thing.
also a first degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 6 months in jail,
Did you see that freeway?
$1,000 fine. You're entitled to a jury trial. You're entitled to have the prosecutor prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt to a jury of 8 people. You're entitled to have an attorney represent you. If you can't afford one, one would be appointed at no
That's
cost.
them, not us.
You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
What plea do you wish to make to these two charges?
Guilty.
Guilty?
A lot of
Yes,
guilties.
Your Honor.
A lot of guilties. That was Darby Allen, yeah.
May I say something, Your Honor?
Sure, just a second. I gotta fill out this other guilty plea.
Dress you out for this guilty
Okay,
plea.
go ahead. What do you want to say?
My mother's in the Licking Memorial Hospital. She's really sick. She's got the COVID. She's got pneumonia. She's probably not gonna make it out of the hospital. So I asked that the courts. I got a valid address. The courts give me probation. I'll report. Do whatever I got to do, Your Honor.
Well, you're going to get some probation, but you're going to have some time in jail first.
Oh, no.
180 days in jail. Has he got any credit other than the 1 day? 1 day credit?
1 day, big. Might not get to see mom.
176 days are suspended. Put you on probation for 2 years. To be determined by probation, you'll do 3 days in jail forthwith.
He suspended
Get
176.
out in
You gotta
time to check on your mother.
I appreciate
On
that, Your Honor.
the second case, 250 plus costs, 180 days in jail. 179 days or 76 days are suspended. 3 days in jail. 2 years probation.
There you go.
And you do those 3
Get out.
days forthwith. And that will take care of it.
Get this done.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
If your grandma dies or your mother dies because of embarrassment, son of a bitch.
Okay, that's it.
Shame.
Thank you.
Thank you.
so noisy in the back today.
Joseph Allen Lewis, 2022 TRD 5240. You're charged with a license forfeiture.
Does that mean he has a leasing license? No. His that dude's mom was so old she probably was begging for death. I'm not gonna make it out, Judge. Our days are
Have
numbered.
you ever had a license forfeiture?
Say no.
I don't think so.
So that's the only charge I see on you, unless there's another file. Nope. Nope, that's an unclassified misdemeanor. What plea do you want to make to this charge?
Not guilty.
Guilty?
Damn it.
Be $150 fine plus cost. That's all.
That's it. Arrivederci. $150. He had to go to jail for $150.
Richard Priest,
Here, Your Honor.
case 22 TRD 3408. You are charged with the same offense, license forfeit. What are you doing here? You didn't show up to court.
Sir, I filed for a continuance. I never got the paperwork for court hearing.
You entered a not guilty plea back in May.
Yes, and I filed for a continuance.
Huh? What?
And I filed for a continuance. If you look, and I never got the paperwork for the court hearing the next day.
I wish we'd yell and tell them to be quiet back
Well,
there. They are
let's see what
way too loud.
is this a Stansberry case?
Stansberry.
Judge George.
Right, well, I'm gonna give you an ROR,
And the ship was 2013.
okay?
Okay.
And you need to, did you want to plead guilty and get this over with or not?
I mean, I'd rather not.
You'd
It's an
rather not.
unclassified misdemeanor. Maximum
Okay.
penalty is a fine.
Okay, yeah, I can plead guilty. That's fine. I'm sorry. I didn't know, sir.
Okay, guilty plea, 150 plus cost. I know you can't pay it today, but when you get out, you need to report to the clerk's office.
150. I feel that's
I can
very
do that.
That's all.
Thank
He
you,
was
sir.
handing out $100 fines yesterday. So back to back 150 fines.
Who did this?
I saw that they upped it yesterday because everything was just.
He said something about it, like, man, you've been too cheap. I'll up it 50 bucks. Is it field day there at the jail?
Mary,
Want to show you my
Yep.
books that I have.
Shut.
Hi, Mary. I keep
A weapon in there?
my phone, so the wife doesn't know the extra phone, and of course, always a pack of Newports that aren't menthol in them.
okay, well, let's see,
Bless you
this
guys.
is a Stansberry case.
They're like your beautiful woman.
You failed to appear.
Over at
For some reason, I don't get my court papers.
Oh, well, then
Okay.
let her go.
Tell me what a court date is.
Actually, you were supposed to appear
This is the Nye County of the East.
for a conference. You didn't do that. They set a bond at
That's right.
$2,500 cash or surety on the or
One day somebody's gonna be
10%,
sitting there.
I guess, yeah.
like, one day.
So your bond's already been set, and that would be for, says
TOPLES.
Stansberry.
That I rolled. Did you see that?
Oh, she is not having it.
No. Got the Mikey at Disney World mask on.
Yeah.
Do you think a lot of people have to come back because of clerical errors from this
Previously
judge?
entered a not guilty plea,
What?
and you were supposed to come to court, you didn't do it. So.
You said you was coming
now
over to
you're gonna
wash
stay
my
till you
clothes.
post bond.
Oh, Dave, you don't know what
That's
I
all.
do.
And forever.
If I can find that lady, I'm getting a picture with her. Thank you. I saw you on YouTube.
For the moment.
Oh, he's not filming it today.
No. Last time we saw that screen, we went to the people. It might be done with them.
Yeah, might be.
Taylor Marshall.
Yep.
Taylor Marshall.
We're getting good at this.
You son of a bitch. Oh, whoa, Taylor is a girl. All right.
Okay, well,
Hi, Judge.
hi.
I am Lisa Wright. I'm Taylor's niece.
Yeah,
I'm here because we called the probation officer yesterday. She had missed court on this charge because she's in a drug rehab. She's homeless. She has mental health issues.
Okay, get
the rest of you guys.
Probation officer said something about she was gonna come down here on her regular court date about competence. I'm not sure exactly. I'm trying to get her in a rehab, and I'd like some help from the legal
Okay, well, I'll
system.
tell you
Said
what
she was
we're
in a
gonna
rehab.
do. I want probation back.
We're dragging her out for court.
Okay.
Is that what we're doing?
Okay, so I'll have you have a
Not
seat.
court.
We'll get probation up here and let them deal with it. This isn't,
Her name is Samantha Goldenmeyer.
hello,
I'm not on
you.
probation right now. I was on probation recently. I
What's your name?
My name's Taylor Marshall.
Oh, okay.
She was actually my probation officer like a few months ago, and I'm off probation now.
But she's
And
helping us.
She just wants to help out because she wants to explain that like I've been.
Did the one lady, the older looking lady, say she was that lady's niece?
Honestly, been really, she said I did a great job during probation. And
Okay, don't say anymore. Just have a seat.
This is weird.
Have a seat, okay?
Be quiet and sit down. Hello, you.
Who is Samantha?
Yeah, where's Samantha at? Look at the judge's face.
Right there with you, Judge.
Oh my god.
They just messaged me. She needs an attorney.
Huh?
So what you need to do is record one, let her apply for attorney, and then we'll reset it.
Samantha
Yeah, she did say. I don't.
What a family.
Doesn't do this. Okay, Dameron Higley.
Oh, damn it.
Dameron. Jorts, everybody.
Sir, they've amended the driver's license violation to an unclassified misdemeanor, okay? And that leaves you with that and a failure to display a license plate, which is a minor misdemeanor.
Oh, I guess that could be.
What plea did you want to make to these two charges?
I guess guilty, but the license plate
issue,
that's why I asked for continuance, was supposed to be worked out and stuff due to the fact like it wasn't my car. It's my girlfriend's car. She just like came to court. So I'm not sure how that.
And I dumped that bitch.
That has nothing to do with your driver's license.
Oh yeah, no, I'm guilty on the driver.
You're guilty on that one.
Right, sure.
If you want to plead guilty on the other one, it's not going to be anything but a $10 fine.
Okay, Ron.
All right, on the license, driver's license, that's
$10.
$150. That's a standard plus cost. $10 fine on the license plate, okay?
$10.
So you're done. Thank
You
you.
know, it's the best. I thought the 25 was bad.
$10.
What am I supposed to do? There's nothing, just,
Yeah, she's no longer on probation.
You can just lay it there.
I just am familiar with her because she was on probation.
What am I supposed to do?
right, yes, what am I supposed to do with it?
So she's got a warrant right now. I think I told her to get. The warrant to
Oh, they're gonna lock her up.
She got a warrant.
Why don't they put that stuff in here so that I know what's going on rather than I try to find. I had just like that one that I had. Or what I call it, probation officer.
Or you charge them $10 and it's
So
one.
can you come up again? What, who's the one? Huh? Okay. What we're gonna do is recall the warrant, give you an ROR bond, and have you apply for an attorney to be appointed. And then we'll get an, continue the case.
Oh, she had a warrant because she didn't appear.
Appointed
She
attorney,
appear warrant.
and then when you come back in, they can take care of the issues that she has, okay?
Okay. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Whoops, I'm just
This
gonna
is
give that-
cold.
so-
Back in my day,
He'll
pass
come
me
get
the
you
buck.
the paperwork. Thanks.
No, you're fine. I just didn't think
It's fun because you've got such a shit show happening, and when we have Stansberry here, things still, even with it being as bad as it is, it rolls.
Okay, I got that on now, yeah.
Look at her wandering around over there. If she isn't about to go get high, or she isn't high,
but you add in this guy, and you know, with everything else that's going on, it's just like the perfect storm over here. It really is.
Frank McDonald.
At a farm.
E-I-E-I-O.
Okay, Mr. McDonald,
They said Mr. McDonald.
back in June, you pled not guilty and I gave you an ROR and you didn't come to court.
Means you're out on your own recognizance.
Why?
Yeah.
During that time, I had gotten to I got shot, and I've been in and out of hospital.
Haven't heard that one as an excuse for a while.
Uh-huh.
How'd you get shot?
With a gun.
Drive-by shooting.
Really? In Licking County?
Fumi, he was supposed to take care of this or something.
Or something. We'll go with the or something.
Stansberry has denied this twice for some reason.
I mean, it is a
Your
good
request for a continuance.
I'll give him that.
It's a Stansberry case, I think.
Is he on
Yeah.
vacation or something, you think?
Maybe.
Do you have an attorney?
I do not.
Do you want an attorney?
Something.
Yes, sir. Your Honor.
He's the one
So
that peeps
what
in
I'll
the
do
front.
is I'm gonna grant him a 5,000 ROR. That's a recall. If you don't come back to court when you're supposed to,
That's a callback.
then it's gonna be a cash
Good point.
bond the next time around. So you fill out that financial affidavit and request for a continuance
What happened?
and get an attorney appointed. Let's see, we have a new case too here for you.
I've seen Wiener around lately.
You're charged with an unclassified misdemeanor
Speaking of Wiener, it is National Hot Dog Day today.
license violation. Maximum penalty is
What about Boner? Have we seen Boner?
guilty.
No, it's been a while.
All right, that's 150 plus cost. That's a standard fine. All right.
If anybody sees Boner, tell her what you're thinking about her.
Most cases.
Do I need that, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's gonna get an attorney. So make sure that you put in here to get
An attorney.
court appointed, huh?
Here's the thing. He got rearrested because he didn't show up for court. Now we're going because he was on a ROR bond. We're gonna give him another ROR bond, and he's gonna show up.
You got it? Okay, come with me.
Well, it's the same thing how lenient he was with the weirdo that was just there a few minutes ago. I mean, it's as easy as can be. It's like, oh, you didn't show up? You got a warrant? No problem. Here you go.
Caitlin
You're out.
Stump.
Just come back.
Stump or Scott?
What's going on, mate?
22 CRB 908. Why do I think you've already entered a not guilty? You did.
Oh, you had to wake her up for that. I'm glad she woke up. Jesus.
Back in June, I granted you a recall.
Mhm.
And you didn't show up. What happened?
I didn't know I had court. I must not have gotten it.
Huh?
I didn't know I had court. I must not.
That's a fine excuse. You're fine. Don't worry about it. No big deal here. We don't really care. $10. How do you $10? No, $5.50. That's $5.50 here.
He's gonna just. Let's see. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
One of the only bands I can say that never really missed him. It really did come in and do it. You know what I mean?
I'm going to continue the case for you to come back to see Judge George, and I'm going to set a bond of 5,000 ROR. Okay? If you don't come back, you're going to go to a cash bond, and then you'll never get out of jail.
Oh my God!
Jesus. Our guy, that should be a pretty easy fight against
Make
a
note,
keyboard.
Needs hearing date.
Do I need to come over and whoop its ass? I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah, what's happening? Is it touching you inappropriately or something, our guy?
That would Misty will do that.
Okay.
Thank you.
I was shot as well. I shot him. It was me.
Is she on Spine Life or are those not Adidas pants? Is her belly hanging out at the moment? Because for court, that's just.
I'm pretty sure those aren't Adidas.
Oh, okay. They're kind of like off-brand.
Off-brand. What about me, sir?
Yeah. Hey, I'm over here behind this post. Let me adjust my balls real quick.
Jesse Messina.
Yes, sir.
21 TRD 7304. Take these all out of it.
Let's fight the good fight.
It appears
Pretty
that
sure he's
back
going
in,
with ROR on him.
I
Listen,
don't
I'm
know
just
when,
saying.
24, you entered a guilty plea to the seatbelt and the lights. They fined you for that. You did a not guilty on the
Hit and run.
Murder.
He's trying to figure out what else is going on here. Excuse you.
I think he's smoking.
license violation, it looks like.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
What in the world? Why is there a giant plastic tub right there? They have a leaky roof. And she's got her. Does she ever? Looking right to the side too. She's got her toilet paper.
Is this court every Walmart I've ever been in?
I'll state again. This is all when COVID was, really.
Oh, I know.
So that's basically what that was. I didn't appear for court last court day because I was told to put a continuance in, and I was working with Central Ohio Drug Enforcement that day. So
Doing what?
task force, drug task force.
Were you?
But you ordered to come to court.
They told me I was working that day.
He's
put it in the
Who told you?
Supervisor Kyle Bursler. I was
Huh?
working that day. Supervisor Kyle Bursler, Detective Bursler. So I was.
Well, he's not a judge, and
I
he's not
understand.
able to give you that.
He was working on the
Okay.
drug task force.
Well, so you're charged with 2 offenses which are unclassified misdemeanor.
Oh,
Okay?
yes, sir. I didn't know.
You were charged with 45-10-111, which is
You're going.
driving under suspension, 2 point. It's a if this is your first or second within 3 years, it's an unclassified misdemeanor.
Okay, it wasn't.
Was he a cop or just helping out?
Well, did you have more than one?
I think I don't know about in 3 years. Yeah, I've had more than one. I've had like 2 in 3 years, I think, or 3. No, I got more than that. I've had yeah,
Well,
it's over that, sir.
Well, then that.
Chris, you
if
see that thing
if
right
you
next
had
to
more
me?
than 2 or 3, 2, then you're in a misdemeanor of the 4th degree, which is
I've
maximum.
had, I think I just had 3 of them dismissed.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had, so.
okay. So you say you wanna change your plea and resolve this case today?
Yeah, I mean, if it's unclassified, then I don't
Yeah.
go to jail sentence.
Well,
Or keyboard club.
Mm-hmm. You basset hound?
I want to say so badly in the chat. I want to ask, but I mean, it's not like anybody's gonna. It's not like anybody's gonna answer us. You know what I mean?
so if you
wanna-
want to change your plea from not guilty to guilty on these 2 charges, it's gonna be fine only.
Okay, yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Change plea.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that too, but I'm
Guilty
wondering if he's trying to like
to the 2
insinuate that
license
he's-
violations.
And he said, "Who told you you didn't have to come?" He
And
said,
it'll be
"Some
150
detective's name."
plus
Yeah.
cost on each one,
I don't think it works that.
and that's it.
Okay,
Okay?
sir. Thank you.
So you have to go in there and set up payments on that, and that's it.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Racking up the $10 bills today. 2 pushes to get out of the chair today, or I'm gonna say it.
Wow, bastards!
Damn it!
Unbelievable.
And why are you cutting that so quick?
So
This guy's reading, by the way, Mr. Lumberg. He's reading a book or something. Better move them important papers if you got a leaky roof.
I mean, that either the judge has a upset stomach, he's gonna puke everywhere.
Is that why put a mask on so nobody sees?
She's not feeling well. She's under the weathers.
Nancy, I think that's what I think that he was kind of using that, and I don't think the judge kind of took it and questioned him.
Yeah, I felt like he was a cop.
That's what I'm feeling. I'm almost feeling like if Stansbury had that one.
It was like, I was working on the drug task force. And he said, "Why did you come?" He said, "Because my supervisor told me I didn't have to." He said, "Who is that?" He said, "Detective so-and-so."
I feel as if Stansbury was on that one. I feel as if might have questioned a little bit more about that, went into that little, what we call the rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we're just waiting for the whole roof to collapse, or are we going through paperwork? While we're here, let's not try to pronounce her name down here in the corner. It's probably better. Just say that. Yeah.
All right, we're back on the record.
Welcome
with
back,
Ms.
Judge
Williams.
Jamie Powell.
All right, Ms. Nestimova, I'm not going to raise her bond
Okay.
today. I am, however, going to forfeit her bond, and I'll reset it at 5,000 personal.
Okay.
Yes, Drew's been reading the whole time.
With that 5,000 personal, she's still going to have to do the 2 times a week alcohol, 3 times a week drug.
I was
And I'm
working
gonna
with
have her come
Detective
back at
Cash now.
10:40 on July 28th. That way we can get the reports from pretrial services to make sure that she's testing and it's negative.
Sorry,
what time,
Jeanette.
Your Honor, on
You
that
got a
date?
wacko over there on the Facebook.
Is there any other time on the docket? I have a 10:30 in Royal Oak, which I think is
Royal Oak, they make good charcoal. It's a little cheaper,
mean,
but it
I-
works.
it's cutting close. I could do maybe like 11.
That's fine. 11's fine.
Kane, good to see you.
All right, if you have discovered
That's
that,
what I
you
mean,
can-
Vikey. That's why we're not even going to try.
Okay. All right.
What
thank
is
you.
this, Your Honor? What is this for?
I didn't even block. Kane, continue, please.
Williams is gonna be back
Kane,
on July 28th
You're
at
welcome
11
here.
o'clock.
on the move.
Pretrial
You're
services
welcome.
report to make sure that she's been testing and that she's negative because she's missed so many tests.
Gary, good luck with Kane over
So
there.
this is just on the testing issue.
That guy's got a great
Correct.
voice, doesn't he?
Congratulations, you're back on top. Kinda.
If Desmova has a discovery by then she'll be in a better position to assess where they're at.
Yes, that's correct.
All right, we'll see them back. Let's meet at 11 o'clock.
All right, thank you.
Fly. It says fly tire. I'm trying to see what that book says.
That's what I was thinking. Mike says that's Aaron Royal Oak, I think charcoal.
Miss Williams, you can log off. I'll talk to you after my docket later today.
See, I don't think so. I
leave. Yep.
Yeah, that's what it means to go. Yeah, it just looks like it came straight out of a maintenance closet. It's a little too rough around the edges, as they say. And there is a roll of paper towels right next to it.
Okay, so Fly Tire is an American magazine dedicated to the subject of fly tying, the art of tying materials to a hook for the purpose of fishing.
Yeah. Did you ever see Knox? He sits there and reads it during the old OG shows all the time.
Yes, all the time.
All right, Mr. Samova, we have not seen Mr. Vanover.
It's a collection of her best streaks, you know what I mean?
Bench board issued. We were back. Then it was set aside when he reappeared on June 8th. He missed another court date. Here we are again.
Do we not get to see these people? Are they live?
I did send a letter to Mr. Vanover at the last known address on the record, and I have not heard from anyone.
Last known.
I know that I personally gave him the date the last time we saw him. All right, Usher Bentort for failure to appear.
Oh.
Step on at 5,000, 10%.
They're not there because they didn't appear.
And we'll give it a 48-hour hold as it is nonviolent.
40 hours on the hold.
Oh my God, it really is. Get out of here. Oh my God.
I thought it was the roof. What an eyesore.
I cannot. I would have fought you guys on that one. I really would have.
Don't go anywhere. I just want to show you a beautiful car over here.
Mr. Zenner? It's a great recommendation. Yes.
Video court or Judge Pauline. They're both really good. I am absolutely shocked.
Hi. Can I get your name, ma'am?
Jamira.
I can't believe there are bad boy papers in that thing.
What was your last name?
Lumberg has like a claymation face.
Oh my God.
Did you need time with Miss Griffin Burton?
No, but can I talk to Mr. Lumberg briefly about this case?
About him reading a magazine during court.
Yeah, rather than doing his job.
He's in the river already.
Lumberg.
Got one job, Lumberg.
He is. He's standing in the river right now. That's just a green screen behind him. I'm blind.
We're not alone yet, Mr. Lumberg.
Yeah, just a second, Jane.
I think we're alone.
Okay.
Put it back
You're
in your
hitting that
pants,
one
Lumberg.
Easy, Lumberg.
We're not alone yet.
He's ready to wheel and deal. I mean, we can't see Judge Jamie, but do you think Judge Jamie's probably hot?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
But then again, I'm kind of wondering this whole tub situation's really that I just
and it's a dingy tub, like
it
just with stains on the side.
I mean, it looks like it was pulled out of a janitor's closet.
Yeah,
she going out to smoke. Griffin going light one up. I think.
Do we have a Lumberg frame?
We might. He's nice cloud. Yeah, I wonder what they're doing behind the closed doors.
I'd like to see Lumberg in private. Ow.
I just can't believe that. All right, well, we got a minute. Is the hair still over there? Oh, yeah.
He's laughing. Must be hilarious court.
There is one page to a highlights magazine that I ever cared about.
Mr. Maramara,
Yes.
with regard to the malicious mischief charge, the sentence shall be 364 days in jail with 350 suspended with 14 days credit for time served.
No damn.
Mr. Marmara, ole murianga ile malicious mischief iling merkolu e kolsela wo musufa so avese ya so sufalenga.
He's Samoan?
Oh, I thought that was French.
Is he speaking Samoan?
$5,000 fine, all 5,000 suspended.
Samoans
had their own language.
It is
I
making
mean,
the
I'm not
finding
sure.
that you're indigent and not imposing any fines.
Yeah,
fees,
remember that.
costs, or
Speaking of
assessments.
indigent, remember what's his name from 90 Day Fiancé? It's like a baby. Right, she hot.
Oh, here we go. Take it off.
That's a really nice close-up shot.
Mm.
Tub. Seriously, can we at least put it down on the floor? Like, at least
Taking 24 months of jurisdiction. On the criminal trespass in the first degree, the sentence will be exactly the same, 364 days in jail with 350 suspended and 14 days credit for time served.
Ole modianga ole criminal trespass ile mumen mo ko sila ng sufas for bipui ko
There's no word in our language for criminal trespass.
Sufas ole nga serve oil for bipui.
What up?
$5,000 fine, all 5,000 suspended.
that's what we were talking about.
She
has files in it.
And the court is taking 24 months of jurisdiction and the jail time is concurrent.
Ole lusufa masinga ile famsinga.
The only legal financial obligation will be restitution, and I'm leaving that open for
ice in
180 days.
Ole paule sala kupe kongi ole ele ol ka valenga falenga lela kakala open ele famsinga mol sila wal suaso.
So the city, if they get information on how much the restitution should be, they'll set a hearing, but we're waiving your presence at that hearing.
Afape foi doane le fa yul me kongi oi faile famsinga ele seme sawai.
That means we'll send you notice of the hearing, but if you don't show up, you won't get a warrant.
Danny Uso.
Evacupe ya oi sena pu ya le faido akula so famsinga ele sawai sena ole.
To be clear, that's only at a restitution hearing. If a review hearing is set up because you're not compliant, then you must appear.
Enough of that. Let's go over Judge Mistaken. We haven't been here in a while. I have no idea what's going on. By the way, you want to hang out for a little bit longer?
Yeah, we're good.
Right. I'm going to go out and check the traffic and weather real quick. Want to hang out with Mistaken for a minute and see what's going on?
Absolutely. I can hear him.
Mr. McCarty, who's apparently a registered sex offender.
Whoa.
Never fails us.
Whoa. Stop the clock. I don't know if I want to listen to this one.
No, I say we're going
Basically,
back
if
to
you don't have a
Samoa Joe.
ticket, an airplane ticket in your hand or a rental car contract, you cannot be at those properties.
We'll stick here.
Afape le so ticket ekimalangai ele fo ise je pepa fape ventes kavale. Em kwa fasa o nga ko na vale lima le bento facility.
I guarantee this guy speaks
Mr. Marmara, I'm adding a term that if you have another charge for being at the airport, I'm revoking 60 days.
Airport?
Mr. Marmara, ole ko fa pupu fam singo ia le fam kalanga fa pe ele usikai o ako yese se
another one that hangs around the airport. It must be a problem because this is the third person we've had that was hanging out at the airport. Because he's kind of, I don't think he's homeless. I haven't heard that, but it seems like we've had tons of problems here at this courtroom with people going to the airport, being at the airport, things like that. So airports are issues for these people. Gary! Yeah, he speaks English. I know he does. He's full of it. Oof.
And that you update your address with the court and DOL immediately if there are any changes.
swing or making of why, but it's swing.
And I believe that I've confirmed with you at the last hearing that your address is on Alder Place in Granite Falls. Is that right?
The then of up more from single is came you all the making of why all the Granite Falls. Yes.
Mr. Marama, I want to make it as clear as I possibly can. You cannot go back to the airport or the rental car facility.
Mr. Maramara, okay, nga ang kwa famal malama ya oi. Awalama ngi ekoyo o ile lava lele si jack pole event of o me event kavali fasa. Okay.
All right, thank you, sir. Good luck.
Paf kai yo mungwia.
Mr. Murray, come on with me.
We understood him when he said, "Come on with me."
Thank you so much, Your Honor. Can I be excused?
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Interpreter. I appreciate your help.
Have a good day.
Thanks, you too.
Stay away from the car rental place, please. It's good to see
The
him
next defense is ready on one on the calendar. That's
with this
Mr. Carter, and that's Port of Seattle versus Adam Carter. 2A0316147 for arraignment.
Never good to see
Sir,
you.
is your name Adam Carter? Yes, sir. And what is your date of birth, Mr. Carter? 1/25/83. Your defense acknowledges receipt written complaint, waits for the formal reading. I reviewed with Mr. Carter the 2 counts, theft in 3rd degree and criminal trespass 1st degree. Also reviewed with him his rights to arraignment. He had no questions about any of that. I also discussed with him public defender. He would qualify automatically under the statute, so we asked for a direct appointment and for the court to enter a plea of not guilty.
It's
If not guilty, will enter probable causes previously found on July 19th. And I will direct appoint. What is the city's recommendation regarding release?
So
The
everything
defendant does
here
have
has
over
something
20
to do with the
cases with
airport.
known failure to appear history. It's a high risk of future failure to appear. The city is requesting the bail remain in the amount of 1,000 cash or bond.
Any objection to that condition?
Our defense would only ask that the court deviate from it and releasing last personal recognizance. His misdemeanor history kind of stopped in 2013, 2017. It's his most recent felony conviction. He did spend until 2019 in prison, was released. Up until recently, had been living in a clean and sober housing in Bremerton.
That's really good.
And has had a period of time of sobriety and law-abiding behavior until these allegations. We're asking the court to give him a chance to appear out of custody. Other than that, nothing from defense.
Please, ma'am, I promise to appear.
Okay, we get it, bud. Be quiet.
And I do see that things seem to have been going on a very different track up until this charge. So, sir, I'm going to release you on your promise to appear on condition that you attend all future court appearances, have no new criminal law violations, no
He's the
contact with the Newark International Airport or the rental car facility except for valid travel purposes, which means if you don't have a ticket to fly in your hand or a rental car contract, you cannot be at those properties. And update your address with the court and DOL immediately if there are any changes. And the address that we have on file is the Compass Center. Is that still a good mailing address for you?
How crazy of an airport is this? It's gonna be nuts. I am never flying
We
into
will
this.
set this on for a pretrial hearing.
Everything is airport related. I get it.
On
Understood.
August 16th at 8:45 in the morning. I'm making the finding that is a necessary court appearance in furtherance of bringing this matter to trial, and you must appear at that hearing. I should ask, do you have access to a phone or a computer?
Yes.
Okay. So that'll be a Zoom hearing. And you must appear
here.
virtually at that hearing on the Zoom platform unless you are in good contact with your attorney and he has authority to waive speedy trial on your behalf. Otherwise, if you fail to appear, a warrant will likely issue.
This guy's always really casual, though. Even
All
when
right,
he
thank
wasn't
you,
in
sir. We'll
court.
see you back here next month.
Is he just yawning for shits and giggles? Nobody yawns that much, right? It's like 10 times.
No, we released the Samoan interpreter, but is
That's a refusal, Your Honor. I apologize. Next, our defense is ready on Mr. Farmer for arraignment, and that is Y22023-807. This is the city of SeaTac versus Laval Deshawn Farmer. Sir, is that your true and correct name? Laval? Yeah. Deshawn Farmer. What's your date of birth?
LaFall Duval. This is why we see Stansbury. He's in court. Oh, we got a haircut. Look at that. Looking good, Judge.
The guy in the yellow is a friend of one of the other owners. His name is Justin Clean.
The person in the empty chair in this courtroom.
Yes, he was.
Can we focus that camera, guys?
Well, the camera's not used to anybody being in that frame, you know.
I'm getting word from upstairs they can't fix it.
It's all right. We'll take it. It's fine.
So they're watching a video we can't see. Yay!
Damn it.
And you're in the blue.
Stansbury's really into it.
Putting her out. Yes, sir.
Oh, there's the video up there, guys. Up there on that big screen.
Go back. Everybody be quiet. We want to see the TV, please.
With your interaction with her, could you tell whether or not she had been intoxicated?
The casino?
And she had been? Yes.
Is there just one lawyer in Licking County?
Snippet. It's a little bit different angle.
Oh, he's the district attorney or assistant district attorney. One of the
Again,
two.
no sound.
That makes sense.
No sound. And this
That
is
is
from
a
bar
casino,
area,
right?
correct? It is.
Huh?
Looks like a casino. The video is.
Could
And
be.
you're still in the blue? Yes, I'm blocking her from getting up to Deputy Thomas.
She was drunk as a skunk.
We'll hang out here just for a minute to see what's going on.
You're a drunken lush.
And that's the other female? Yes, sir, it is.
This guy looks scared.
The officer get beat up by that lady that's in there?
And where's her lawyer? Is she defending herself?
The two videos they came from your security system? Yes, they did. And did you edit them or change them in any sort of way before you handed them off to the deputy? No, sir. And do they truly and accurately depict your interaction with the defendant on June 10th, 2022? Yes, sir, they did.
Have those been marked for identification purposes?
Plaintiff's Exhibit 1, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Don't whisper too loud. I almost heard you.
So, Ms. Ramirez, you have a right to ask this witness questions, although you don't have to. But
her own lawyer.
Basically, just give your side of the story. That'll come later on in the trial. But do you have questions for the witness?
Let's not forget, this is
Go right
Licking County.
Sir, will you say that the restroom, when you walk in, it's one door to walk in, to the right is the women's restroom, to the left is the male's restroom, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And you're saying that you did not see the officer go past, so once he was in, when you came to the restroom, you're saying
OCCIFER.
that he was standing in the
Ossifer.
middle part of it. He wasn't in the women's.
He was probably, if from the doorway itself, he was probably one step to the right, but in no way, shape, or form was he ever inside the women's room that I seen.
That you see. Okay.
Yes.
No further questions.
Any redirect?
He may have been in there. You just didn't observe. Yeah, I during my observance at the time that I was at the doorway, he was not in there.
And any follow-up questions based on his follow-up? All right, sir, you may step down. Thank you very much.
She knew she was going to be on YouTube where she learned how to be a lawyer, so she wanted to make sure that everybody saw her sweet ink.
New top attorney at law.
You solemnly swear and testify that you're not to give this case now being heard as the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I do, sir.
Ossifer is hitting the stand.
Alan Thomas, THOMAS. 155 East Main Street.
Well, he already looks like a
Thank
dick.
you, Deputy. You may inquire.
Thank you.
What are you looking at anybody?
You
He's
familiar
sits out.
with the establishment by the name of Papa Boo's?
Yes, sir, I am.
Is that Licking Township, Licking County, Ohio?
It is.
And I wanted to call your attention to June 10th, 2022. Do you happen to be in Papa Boo's at that time?
Correct.
And what were you doing there?
I was assigned to an extra duty position to work in the bar.
Papa what?
I believe the hours were like
Papa Deuce.
At that time it was 5 p to close,
Pop
which is usually 11:30, 12.
A
And were you dressed in the
Deuce?
uniform of the day, similar to what you're wearing
Thanks,
now?
Yes, same uniform.
And on that date, did you come into contact with an individual later known to you as Edelyn Ramirez?
I did,
Or
sir.
could be
And is she in the courtroom
PA.
today? And point her out.
She is right over there sitting with the red.
And what brought your attention to her on this particular occasion?
Approximately 9:15, 9:20, 9:30, somewhere around in there, PM. Members of the management staff had come up to me and said that they had an extremely intoxicated patron, that they were having a hard time getting to pay their tab.
It's a seafood kitchen.
That They just walked into the women's bathroom for a friend.
DEAUX.
Last name was Panettis or something like that.
Dukes.
She was
Papa.
the individual with the defendant at the
Correct,
time.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I went up to the exit of the women's bathroom and started to wait with members of the management staff. Waited there and it seemed like forever. And about 20 minutes later, I believe I asked one of the management
Skipping out on the bill.
here and have them come out here so I can have a conversation with them.
I'm thinking that's
So at that time,
where we're getting to here.
one of the members of management went in, came back to me and said, "I think they're having sex in the bathroom."
Ooh.
Same stall.
Hell yeah.
The court's going to disregard the witness's last statements
I'm
here
just
today.
trying to. What you did.
Hey now.
But go ahead.
So at that time, I activated my body worn camera.
Wormans.
Presence at the doorway. I entered the women's bathroom and went inside. The women's bathroom had stalls, and I could see 4 feet in the same stall, 2 facing the other stall. Knocked on the door, ordered them to come out. That we need to have a conversation. They started to yell some profanities and asked me why I was in the women's bathroom. I said, just come outside and have a conversation.
Now, what was your point at that
Somebody in there eating some seafood, were they?
What
Oh, you can eat buffet.
Wanted to pay her tab and leave.
Okay.
You know, that's what the management staff wanted. They just wanted to pay her tab and leave. So, and I was all for that. So at that time, I'd stepped back out of the women's bathroom or into the doorway of the women's
Is it
bathroom.
against the law to have sex in a bathroom if you got the door shut?
Flew open. Both females exited and had their cell phone.
Yeah, where's
videos on
Raggle
or
Bucket?
whatever,
Yeah.
And started asking me.
Let's see what's happening in that
violating
stall.
Their Fourth Amendment rights or something like that.
Fourth Amendment.
And,
right. The right to go down on another.
Tab and get out.
At a seafood
Finally,
restaurant.
Ms. Ramirez
It's what the
reached in
founders
to
wanted, Creed.
her pocket or,
Something's fishy about this story.
but she pulled out a credit card, and I remember this credit card. It was like a red.
Where did she swipe it?
credit card. She threw it at me.
How
And,
dare she?
Then bent over and
so
said, "Here,
it hit me.
run
It
it."
landed on the floor. I picked it up, give it to one of the staff members. They ran the card, and it was reported to me that the card was declined due to it being a closed account.
Yes, he did.
So at that time, again, I'm constantly ordering them just to pay their tab and leave. I mean, that's what I wanted. You know, the whole credit card thrown at me thing, I kind of overlooked that. And so finally they said, okay, I don't think it was Miss Ramirez. I think it was her friend said, I need to get my shoes first. She apparently had left her shoes over at the outside
Do you
door.
not see what we're watching right now, Edwin?
Thank you, my man. But we're talking about lesbian sex at the seafood
Restaurant. I mean, come on.
Back
in the
to
bathroom.
thing. When the door had flew
Partial.
open, Miss Ramirez, I noticed that she had urine or something all the way down her pants.
What?
And
She appeared intoxicated to you. based
absolutely,
upon your
yes.
interaction.
He's a Florida dude.
We
She
go down
pissed
to the corner
herself?
of the outside bar, and again, I'm just telling him, just
Oh my God.
just get out. I figured I'd deal with the bar tab outside in the parking lot because
Oh, Alex is back.
I mean,
Hi,
it was-
Alex.
I mean, it was
Bar
good to see.
area, you mean,
Yeah.
where you were at.
Been in jail?
I mean, you really couldn't see it from the cameras, but in front of that stage it was packed with people.
Stage.
So, at the corner of the bar area, again, I'm just telling them just to leave.
Why's there stage in
leave. And Miss Ramirez, she starts throwing up both her middle fingers at me and yelling profanities at me. Telling her to leave. Well, the next thing I know, when I go up closer to her, she reaches out and she kind of gives me a shoving motion to get away from her. Well, at that time, I was, she was under arrest. And
I
told
was
her,
at a 10.
I told her arrest. I said, you're under arrest. And I start to try and get a handcuff on her one wrist, and she's flailing around and she's
Right.
resisting and telling her, quit resisting. And
Am I right?
I finally get one handcuff on her. And luckily, the bar owner, Jay, and one of the other bar staff people were there to give me a hand because she was a handful. So finally,
hello there.
Get her outside of the bar. Walk
Hellcat.
I opened the back door of my cruiser up, told her to get in. She refused. Again, keep telling her to get in the cruiser. She refused. Finally, we had to physically stuff her in the back seat of the cruiser. And once inside the cruiser,
Seriously, somebody find
I had a seat.
Raggle Monkey. We don't know how to do that. We need all this.
Anyhow, when I'm sitting in front of the front seat of the cruiser, I'm just trying to identify her. And she would refuse to give me her name, refuse to give me her date of birth. And then I remember, I had the credit card that she threw at me and that she tried to pay with.
No, they said that she was out to the open bar outside.
It was hard for me to read the name. And but regardless, I still needed the date of birth to be able to.
Okay, we hope he feels better.
System. She refused to give it to me, and then she started talking to me in some foreign language. I don't know what it was.
Here we go.
I have no idea what it was. What
Speaking of tongues, she was so pissed.
At that time, my transport car, since I was assigned to the extra duty, I contacted a transport car to come and transport her to jail for me. And the transport car arrived, and he took custody of her and transported her down to jail.
Good luck, love.
Okay.
Blessings. Can she stand up to ask questions,
When
please?
you're telling her to pay the bill and get out or leave or whatever, did you
This will be the best cross-examination ever.
That's gonna be
I
good.
mean, when she come out, I don't remember exactly using those words, but I've been a police officer for almost 27 years. And, the last thing I want to do is escalate situations, especially with intoxicated people. So, so I'm constantly on the de-escalation part of any kind of a confrontation, especially, since I'm an invited guest into the business, because I'm there working for them. And, if that's what they want is for them to leave and pay their bar bill, then that's what I want, for them to leave and pay their bar bill. But after a point,
It sounds as he said that he hit his thing when he was going into the bathroom.
change gears and do something.
did our actions in
Yes,
any
sir.
way hinder or obstruct your duties?
Correct.
And in what way?
Well, by not identifying herself, I had no idea who I had. I mean, I had a name on a credit card, but I wasn't sure if that was her or not. There was no way for me to pull up a picture of her.
Was she cooperative? When
No.
you told her to leave?
No, absolutely not.
And to the best of your knowledge, she ever pay? Did anybody ever pay that bar tab?
No, sir.
And I'm just, you were here when the video was played.
I was, yes, sir.
Does that capture at least part of your interaction with her?
Yes, it does.
And when you had to escort her out, how many either owners or employees did it take to get her out?
It took, we both had one arm, and then there was another following us, and then out of the cruiser, it took all three of us to get her in the cruiser.
And did that create any sort of inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm that she wouldn't comply and get out, or pay the bill and get out?
Absolutely.
I think that this is the place.
And I'm going to play. Well, I'm not gonna play
Is there
that.
a stage back there?
Yes, because it says live something right here. Good,
Right.
good living or good living or
There kind of looks like a stage.
yeah.
And again, it's up by the bar area that we should concentrate on.
Correct. The one corner of the bar, the outside bar. the
And
tiki
what are
bar.
you doing now?
Here's another
I'm just
picture of the
trying to
place.
get
I
him to
don't know
leave.
if it's.
Oh, it's
At this point, and then she, like I said, when she put her hands on me, that was it. She was under arrest.
she done fucked up then.
The guy in the yellow is an employee,
Yes, he is an
I
employee.
believe she's
of the
dead,
bar.
Alex.
and the one in blue.
He's the owner. That's Jay.
Ugh. I like she was not.
Chris DeBarge, Stephen. Lady in red. Oh, I wish we were sharing this video.
Now, the other individual from the back, is that the other female?
Yes. That's her.
She's
friend.
kind of hot. Blonde, brunette. Say redhead. For God's sake, say redhead.
This is not a penthouse letter, Mike.
And who's that female?
That female is one of the members of management, and the other female, well.
Of course not,
one,
Alex.
One female at the end, that's Jessie. She's the
This is,
manager. And then
A
the other
still frame
female
from the camera
is
footage.
closer
You
behind
walk
us.
into the urinal. Shit house.
I would ask you, the little snippet that we saw,
Yes.
has that been changed, modified, or anything else? From when you got it?
No, sir.
Truly and accurately depict
Zebra.
what, the events, at least the snippet that's captured there on the night.
Yes, sir, it is.
Why are the lights out?
All right.
So they can see the video.
For the deputy.
Set the mood. Yeah, to talk about this lesbian sex at the seafood hut.
Dude, these hot lesbos pull down the lights. Where is P when I need her?
The employee, whomever, came and told you that there was a disturbance in the restroom.
No, they actually said that they had an intoxicated person that was in the bar area, and they just went into the restroom.
Okay, so you're saying that our first interaction had been in the restroom.
Mine and yours, yes. Correct, yes.
And when you were in the restroom, did you not go into the women's restroom?
I did. Just like I testified.
Are you a woman, sir?
Is that not an illegal search and seizure?
No, it's not.
Seizure?
It's in the course of my official business, my official duties.
In the video, we see a male officer. We see a male manager.
Correct.
We see another male step in.
Okay.
We call for a backup that is also a male.
Where are the females?
In this interaction, was there ever a woman, female around or on duty to do a search and seizure?
Female showed up to pat you down. Named Deputy McCreary.
Remember her?
Okay.
She remembers you.
I'm saying we're going off of your testimony.
Okay.
Did you ever mention a female officer?
Sovereign lesbian.
Never asked.
The footage that we see, there's no footage of the restroom.
Correct.
Most of the interaction
Diabetes.
was in the restroom.
Except for on my body worn camera. Yes.
Where's that?
Would I be able to subpoena his body camera?
You would have had to have done that before today.
Oh.
But Raggle Monkey can. We'll pay for it.
Let's get all subpoenas on this. Oh, that was her whole
Any
case.
additional questions?
Hold on. Without that, I've got to skip questions 14 through 27.
I love how you answered that. I mean, you could have.
Good.
You maybe had a lawyer that would have helped you out with the case.
I wish you had.
Redirect examination, Mr. King.
What role did Deputy McCreary play?
She was contacted to come and do the female pat down, the female search.
Why was she summoned to do a pat down of the female?
Because she's a female and.
Deputy McCreary's female?
Correct, yes.
Okay. And was she able to?
Hence you're calling her she.
Defend to the best of your knowledge.
No, I believe that, I can't remember if Deputy Corley or Deputy McCreary, I can't remember which one.
Yeah, bro, it's perfect. Again, having sex, drunk, at seafood restaurant in a bathroom,
Well, hold on.
not paying your bill.
With your redirect. Okay, it's called recross examination. You may go ahead and ask.
Sir, you said that you
She's
don't
trying
know
to
if
entice the
my
judge.
card came out of my pocket or out of a purse, and I had thrown it at you.
Yes, ma'am.
So this will be shown on your body camera because I'm pretty sure that when
Again.
the female that I was with, my partner, the reason why she wasn't in the restroom with me at first was because she went to go put our belongings in the car. So I wouldn't have had a card to have.
She's wearing heels.
You're kind of drifting over into giving your version of events.
Yeah,
So
not
the
being
question
a-
was you stated a question at the beginning, but then you just kept talking. I think your question was, did you testify that I
My
pulled the
God.
card either from my pocket or a purse?
Yes, I did.
Any additional questions? All right. Deputy, thank you very much.
Very briefly, Deputy McCreary.
Deputy, please come forward, be sworn.
Tell us about this pat down. Did you smell urine?
Did you sniff her sweaty neck?
What does your sweat smell like? Asking for a friend.
Mercury, MCCREE.
Oh, she's cute too. She's got that.
155 East Main Street, New York,
State,
Ohio.
you make, proceed, Mr. King.
Thank you. You're employed by the Licking County Sheriff's Office.
That's correct.
You were so employed back on June 10th, 2022.
Yes.
Do you have occasion to get someone to pop a booze?
Yes, I was dispatched there at the request of Deputy Corley.
And why did you think you were going there?
Well, initially he had marked on the radio that he needed 99 traffic, which means that nobody marked on the radio, so something was happening.
God, in the middle of this
Originally, I went
story, that's what he wants to talk about is dolphins being rescued.
Another female detained, and then requested my assistance in searching the females.
Okay.
My bad.
You said searching the females.
Might be gay.
That's correct.
There were two females.
Yes. So,
You searched both of them.
yes.
Including the individual seated at the other.
Gay!
Did you ascertain who she was?
I showed up at the end, so I really didn't know
I think
who I
kinda
was searching. I just
You were just there. to
I was
search.
just there. Everything was already like resolved, and then when I got there, we tried to get her out of the vehicle. She resisted.
This is real life. This is court, not
Physically pulled
penthouse.
her out of the vehicle.
Dearest Ursula letters.
Asked her several times to step out of the vehicle. She refused to step out of the
Why
vehicle.
did you want her out of the vehicle?
To search her.
Okay, she had not been searched at that point in time.
No.
So go ahead.
So we got her out of the vehicle.
Oh, who's
I
big boy?
searched her.
Hello there, buddy.
There was a brief altercation. We were trying to get her out of the vehicle. She was on
Friends
the
with the
way.
cops, I see.
Deputy Corley ended up holding her against the vehicle for me to be able to search her to make sure she didn't have any weapons or anything on her.
He held her down while you touched her. Is that what you just said?
She liked that.
Searched the second female, and she went in my cruiser and I transported her.
Back to my house for some drinks.
Ms.
You're
Ramirez, do you have any questions?
partner. She should be here testifying.
Go ahead.
Miss Deputy, you said you arrived once everything had already been resolved, correct? Okay. When the deputy helped you hold me up against the vehicle, what, you said that there was an altercation. Could you kind of describe that altercation for me?
Okay, so when I arrived, I was there to search you and the other female. You guys were both in separate vehicles. You were both in handcuffs, so we didn't show up. I didn't show up. I didn't drive priority all the way down there, and I didn't immediately have to go hands on until I got there. I asked you to step out of the vehicle. So I asked you several times to step out of the vehicle. You didn't step out of the vehicle, and then we had to grab your arms and pull you out of the vehicle. And then from there, once you were out of the vehicle, you continued to pull away, and Deputy Corley had to hold you against the vehicle while I searched you.
When you say that he held me, do you feel like when he was holding me, there was a lot of force implied?
So you were pulling away from him, so he was trying to match the opposing force, and he had to push you up against the vehicle to detain you.
When he pushed me up against the vehicle, did my glasses break?
Possibly.
What about my water? Did it break?
A lot of force.
Again, you were pulling away from him, and he was trying to pull you back and to remain a hold of you.
May I ask you, this other deputy, would you consider him a smaller guy or a heavier set guy?
He's fat.
I mean, depending on who you're comparing him to, but I would say
Hello there, big boy.
I've seen some pretty big guys. We have some pretty big guys. He's a top medium.
So like around,
Top
how
on
much do you think that he weighs?
That couldn't, I mean, maybe 200, maybe, if I had to guess.
200 pounds of a man's force against my body being pushed up against the car, correct?
I couldn't answer that. I don't know how much force he was using.
She's doing great.
You're doing real good.
You did that because the defendant wasn't complying with your verbal orders.
That's correct.
Obviously.
Do you have any follow-up questions based on Mr. King's question?
You don't really have to say anything.
Big comeback.
Cabinet for the witnesses, Your Honor, would ask for introduction into evidence. I think it's Exhibit 1, which are the two videos and the address.
I mean, it really
Mr. Ramirez,
is.
The state is asking me to admit those video recordings into evidence. If I grant that request, that means I can consider them in determining whether or not they met their burden of proof. You have the right to object to them being admitted into evidence. You don't have to, obviously. You can't say no. I don't have any problem with that. Do you object to the video recordings?
Yes.
I object because there's no sound
Okay.
and it's only one part of the whole interaction. Most of the interaction happened in the restroom and that's not on video.
I'm objecting because it's in
Well,
black and
I
white.
will overrule your objection because just because it doesn't have sound doesn't make it inadmissible. Because it's not, in your opinion, all inclusive of every thing that happened that day. That also
Well,
doesn't
you
render it
tried.
inadmissible. I certainly take into consideration in what weight I give that evidence if there's no sound, and if there's other testimony about what happened in the bathroom, such as Deputy Thomas's, or if you take the stand or call another witness, I'll take that into consideration as well. But the record will reflect that you did object to state's exhibit.
Can't wait to see all her witnesses.
Now, the state has rested its case. It's their burden to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of the charges. You have no obligation to present any evidence, to call any witnesses, or introduce any exhibits. You're not required to testify, nor can anybody force you to do so. And if you don't, it doesn't reduce your presumption of innocence, and it doesn't lessen the state's burden of proof. And I don't hold it against you that you didn't testify. Like a lot of people are like, well, they didn't testify, they must be guilty. That's not a consideration for the court or any trial.
Sure.
So my first question to you is,
Sure, Jay.
and I need to explain, if you elect to take the witness stand, you are required to either swear or affirm to tell the truth. And when you're finished giving your side of the story, you are required to answer any questions that the prosecutor might have. So my first question to you is, do you have any witnesses
When
other
was the
than
first time you were with a girl?
and do you wish to testify on your own behalf? Then please come forward and be sworn.
Oh,
Bring it on.
she's gonna ask herself questions.
She is.
You stupid bastard.
It's all to be good.
This is going to be great.
State your name, your full name, spell your last name.
My name is Edelyn Ramirez. Last name is Ramirez.
I like those tops.
My address is 552 South Oakley Avenue, Columbus, Ohio 43204.
Thank you. Well, Mr. Ramirez, there's no lawyer sitting at your table to ask you questions like the state had when they presented their case. So your testimony simply takes the form of you telling me your side of the story.
So from my side of the story, which I remember because as we can all agree, I was intoxicated. I came up from the dock with my friend.
As a
We were
lawyer as well.
We had a lot of drinks, which at that point, honestly, the bartender should have never served us.
Oh, stop it.
We're served.
One last drink.
Lawsuit.
And then we asked for our bill. I had stood up to put on my shoes and I was like stumbling over. That's when the deputy had his first interaction with me. He came over asking was there any issues or anything. I was like, no, I'm just trying to put my shoes on. We had asked for the tab. I need to use the restroom. At that point, I go to the restroom.
Thank you. Keep it slow.
In the restroom,
Let's take it all in.
I'm stumbling over. I know I'm in the restroom for a long time. I'm trying to get myself to, release anything that I need to before we get on the road because it's about an hour and a half away from this establishment. So I had a long car ride to go. I'm sitting in the bathroom. My friend had went to go put our belongings in the car while I went to the restroom.
Yes.
Again, this is from what I remember from that night.
Go on.
Is she making it up as she goes?
Screaming, asking why the officer's in the restroom. I'm kind of out of it. She joins me in the stall.
We skipped a part.
asking me, she's like, come on, they're trying to get us to go. They're trying to get us to leave. I'm sitting there she's trying to get me to pull my pants up and stuff. I'm kind of even fighting with her just because I'm not ready to get up off the toilet.
In case you were wondering.
I need some more time to
At her house?
Yeah.
catch myself.
Duplex.
This time, the deputy says, she's asking him to leave the restroom. So then that's when he's standing in the middle. This is when management, I guess that's who the lady was in the video, management comes in to the bathroom. And now they're trying to get us out the restroom. Come back to the room. At this point, I have my shoes on. We're at the bar. My friend is arguing with the defendant. As you can tell, I'm standing in front of her, kind of pushing her away from him. And then he gets closer to me. By the video, I see that I kind of whoa, hold on type of thing. Not that physically forced or put force on you, kind of just put my hands up and you turn around and grab me. From that point, does become a little fuzzy for me. I remember being out by the cruiser and
By fuzzy, what do you mean?
I just feel like it's a lot of male interactions, a lot of male around me. I'm uncomfortable.
I like Stormans.
I'm yelling for my friend. I'm yelling I'm like screaming her name.
I bet you were.
Yeah.
She starts walking out towards it and she's recording. I actually have that video. She's recording and she's just like, I don't understand why you guys are arresting her. Like, why are you guys hurting her like that? She wouldn't be screaming my name if you didn't have this much force on her. At that time, you could see in the video, police officer comes and he's like, well, my video doesn't have sound either. He's kind of like pushing her away and she has the phone right in front of her.
I can't wait till he starts asking her questions about this.
Kind of like tells her, I'm guessing she's under arrest and turns her around and puts her under arrest. From that, I wake up, I'm in jail, I'm bruised, head to toe, face leaking, glasses.
Face leaking?
I'm like,
Medical term?
I asked one of the police officers, like,
There were several leaking things that night.
they're showing me the bag of things that I came in and they're broke. Like, she's like, there was only this part of the glasses that was still on my face. Like this whole part of it was shattered. Okay.
Oh, traumatic.
Sitting there. I asked the officer, I'm like, so what am I in here for? He's like, oh, you don't remember? I guess you did a big show at Papa Boo's. Wrong place for you to be at. I was like, excuse me? He was like, yeah.
I'm going to object, Your Honor.
Basis?
Hearsay.
Yeah, you can't testify as to what somebody else said. It's called hearsay. And so it's not admissible.
Judge Stansbury is being so nice about this.
Without repeating what anybody else said to you.
Okay. So then when I asked what my charges was, he repeated back 4 charges. One of them was resisting arrest. That kind of bothered me because I have been in previous situations with police where I've actually been dismissed because of my involvement with the police. I know I'm a very respectful person unless I feel like I've been disrespected in some type of way.
Good to see you, Garbage
When
Plate.
I come to court in jail, that wasn't even one of the charges. So that kind of like, it made me wonder, so if this is one of the main reasons why I'm brought in here, I'm bruised up, I got cuts, I'm bleeding from my face, why isn't this like kind of made me
Go back to the fact your card was no good too.
Put that in court just so the questions from that wouldn't come or be brought to question.
Wow, that was riveting.
I even had deputies inside of, well, I can't say that because that's what
Deputies inside what?
Is there anything else you'd like to add to your testimony? Mr. King, your cross-examination.
What's your friend's name?
Donetta Williams.
Where's Donetta at?
Donetta.
You and she arrive at Papa Boo's together?
Yes.
Wasn't she supposed to be the designated driver?
Correct.
And what time did you get there?
We were leaving a jail visit. It was over like at 3:30. It's probably like an hour drive there. So around 4:30.
So you got there at 4:30 p.m., right? What time did you leave or get arrested?
Not sure.
Cheat
Yes.
and had a lot to drink.
Had a couple.
Oh, a couple? Yeah, you had a couple. You ran up a bar tab of $179.11. You recall paying for it that night?
No, because I was arrested.
Have you ever been back to pay that?
Why would I go back to an establishment where I'm not allowed?
So that remains unpaid as we sit here, right?
Correct.
And no one said, here, you can have all the food and beer and drinks that you want, no charge.
No, but I also never received a receipt. So how do I know that what I was
You
being
re-
charged was what I consumed?
Do you recall ever being told by the deputy or management, pay your bill and leave?
No.
Never recall that at all. And you were intoxicated. How long were you in the bathroom?
I'm not sure. At least 30 to 40 minutes.
Long time.
It's a restroom. I never knew there was a time limit to
I went
it.
in there to rest.
One being cleared out before the deputy came in.
No.
Were there other females in the restroom other than you and your friend?
I'm not sure.
Have you ever been to a restroom that has video surveillance in it?
No, sir.
Just a couple.
And you don't recall when the female deputy arrived?
Keep on the
search you,
comments for just a second. I found the
exit
place.
vehicle and you not complying.
It's not the seafood
You don't
restaurant.
recall this deputy telling you, pay your bill and just leave and outside? You're pretty drunk, weren't you?
I mean, the bartender continued to feed me drinks.
Not here for that. You were pretty drunk, weren't you?
By the time that this interaction happened, yes.
Now, Mr. Ramirez, you have the right to add to your testimony.
Who among us hasn't been in a bathroom for 40 minutes
Say,
in public?
The restroom. No, there isn't any footage by a bar of a restroom. But because your officer carries a body cam,
you got to talk to me.
because the officer carries the body cam, there would be footage of him entering the women's restroom.
Place looks fun, by the way. Papa Booze.
Question?
We were close.
Anything else?
Very close. There's the stage.
Yes, he's saying that there was no one else in the restroom with us. By the time that the deputy entered, it was cleared out.
I think you were asked if you recall whether or not it was.
So then, no further questions.
Okay. Mr. King, any cross-examination?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Ramirez, you can go ahead and retake your seat at the table. Thank you.
All right, boys, here we go. Get ready.
Any witnesses other than yourself that you wanted to have testify. So it's called resting your case. Do you rest your case?
Yes, sir.
All right. Because the state has the burden of proof, they have the opportunity to present what's called rebuttal testimony or evidence. If they elect to do that, you'll have a chance to put on what we call serve rebuttal evidence. So it's not like it's going to be one-sided from here on out if they put on anything else. Mr. King, did the state wish to present any testimony or evidence in rebuttal?
All right.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Did the state wish to make a closing argument?
No, Your Honor, you've heard the evidence.
How quick?
You have a right to make what's called a closing
Papa
argument.
Booey.
It's not evidence, and it's not required that you make the argument, and you can't bring up anything that wasn't either testified to by you or the deputies or the non-law enforcement witness.
Get your guesses in. What will he
or
find?
the video. But it's your opportunity to comment on why you believe the
Is there
state
any way
proof beyond a reasonable doubt on any one of the charges or all of them.
that
Is there
she
anything
doesn't
you want to
li-
say before I make a decision here?
I just
Yes, sir.
Go right ahead.
In Ohio, theft refers to the unauthorized taking of property by an individual intending to permanently deprive the owner of the property or its service. Ohio's criminal statutes explicitly prohibit knowingly obtaining or exerting control over someone else's property or services.
Uh-huh.
I had no intent to leave that bar.
Webster's dictionary says.
I was arrested before I could fully get to pay the bill. Again, there was a charge for $185 charged to my card that was declined. I have Chase, so if I'm in an area unknown, which at that time I was since I was out of town,
Yep.
by a certain amount, it will cancel out. It will not allow the charge to go through. So for that reason, it was declined. Whichever card was given, which I wasn't.
Needless to say, it's not the first declined card she's used.
Yes, she
And
knows
I'm
all of them.
It was $185 because the last I recall,
Now, I do have to stop you here because you're starting to talk about things that aren't in the record. Because we didn't hear any testimony about what policies Chase has or.
This is why you hire a lawyer.
That kind of thing. So anything you want to comment upon the evidence that we've heard?
just that I did not knowingly or willingly mean to be a theft to Papa Blues.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
As the
Now
state
that-
burden of proof, they get the last bite at the apple is the expression that we'll use. Does the state wish to avail itself of that?
She was highly intoxicated. She was asked, according to the deputy in management, repeatedly, please pay your bill and leave. She didn't. She wanted to argue with management. She wanted to argue with the deputy, and nor has she ever paid it. It's still outstanding. We believe we have met our burden. Thank you.
All right. Well, the testimony, there's not really a lot of discrepancies about what happened, maybe as to particular details. And of course, the defendant's a little bit strung by the fact that there are gaps in memory, whether they be because of the trauma, whether it was a traumatic experience for her or because of trauma. But we do have the video that's an objective, uninterested observer as we see. We see the
that she threw at him
gesture. We see her being taken into custody. There being a struggle to do so. And there's testimony that the card was declined and that she never has paid that bill. I'm somewhat sympathetic to your argument that, well, I would have paid it if they hadn't arrested me and taken me away. But there's also all the testimony about how many opportunities you were given to pay prior to being arrested. And so for that reason, I believe the state has met its burden on that theft. On the obstructing official business,
going down.
You commented in your testimony about being confused about why you weren't charged with resisting arrest. And I think the insinuation was that you were thinking that perhaps they didn't charge that because they felt that if they did, evidence would come out of wrongdoing on the part of the police. I can't speak to that. What I can tell you is it's incredibly common for me to be looking at an arraignment on a Monday where the police report says domestic violence and the charge says disorderly conduct. Because the police make an arrest based on what crime they feel has been committed, but it's always up to the prosecutor to make the decision about what charge to file. I don't know who reviewed this up in the prosecutor's office, but whoever did obviously felt that resisting wasn't warranted and just went with the obstructing and the disorderly conduct. I think the disorderly conduct, there's ample evidence of that. And based on Deputy Thomas's testimony, as well as the owners, the court does find that there's enough evidence of the obstructing official business. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to enter guilty findings on all charges. After I proceed the sentence, I'm going to go ahead and give you some information about how you can appeal my decision finding you guilty, and as well as appeal whatever sentence I may impose upon you. You have a right to make a statement before I impose sentence. We're not going to relitigate whether you're guilty or not. I've made that decision, and I understand you're going to disagree with me. But is there anything you want me to know about you personally, about anything that you feel is relevant to what the sentence should be?
Judge just turned me on.
Me personally, I have been a victim of rape.
Oh God!
Having a male officer in the women's restroom just was not okay for me, and that would have definitely caused me to act up or out, and
Stay crazy with
or whatever, disrupting the business, because at some point that it just wasn't okay for me. And then knowing that I was intoxicated was just not
cool.
Last ditch effort. Not that I'm not sympathetic
Thank
to
you, Ms.
the R
King,
word,
the state wish
but
to be heard regarding the matter of sentencing.
not the time
Your Honor, I
to.
would simply point out, I have talked to the bar owner. The $179 still remains $179.11. I can tell you that the other female was also charged. I'm not sure what her status is at this point in time. And
Not there.
it's sort of unfortunate she lives in Franklin County because I think she does struggle with an alcohol problem. I think looking at her record, it reflects OBIs, improper handling because of the OBIs. And I do know that Papa Boosh does not want her back. I don't know anything else that they care about or not.
But you are asking the court to order restitution in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. And it would be, if the other individual is found guilty, it would be joint and several, I believe.
Okay.
I have a feeling
Are
you're
you
going
employed,
to
Ms.
get that.
Ramirez? What do you do?
I work for McDonald's. Remember?
I
work for IBT Energy.
We can't write this any better. Come on.
Like calls, like sales calls.
No, it's door to door.
Okay.
I'm a bartender.
Got 3 jobs, Creed.
McDonald's.
Okay. All right.
Jesus Christ.
You're not on probation or anything like that out of any other county currently, are you?
And it's like we wrote this. I'm serious. It's like this is all being played out by actors for us for this show right now. I mean, you just, oh my God.
Of course, McDonald's.
The only thing this is lacking is a shout out for Wild Women Wednesday coming up on We Gotta Chase at 4:05 East. And the other thing was you forgot to put into the script is Friday night. There it is. 9:00 East. On Patrol Live. The Dan Abrams, Sticks, and some other dude. Looks like Tom. It's not. Some other guy.
Close enough.
Good enough. But we're going to be over on Twitch. Twitch.tv/CB Radio Show. I'm sure drop the link again in the chat. But 9:00 East. We're all hanging out, old watch party, just like the old times.
I like her decision on that outfit, and then goes with the PTSD thing.
Like I said, listen,
Very
I'm not
sexy outfit.
making a joke about the R word, if that any of that. Bring that up in during the case. Did they not tell you that in YouTube LawTube? I mean, that would have been good for her to bring up. Why did you not bring that up while you're on the stand? Talk about being
kind of
uneasy.
Ironic that you work as a bartender and all this went down at a bar. I'm assuming that in your professional capacity as a bartender, you've had issues with intoxicated patrons, either A, misbehaving, or B, even acting in a criminal fashion. Yeah. Well, I have no doubt whatsoever that you consider this a traumatic experience based on what you mentioned in your mitigation statement, as well as all the evidence that came out. Clearly, you had a very bad night, and then spent the entire weekend in jail.
Clearly.
And then you had to see me and hope that I was going to let you out, right? Which I did.
We missed that day.
Yeah. Miss a day.
I had an opportunity. I didn't look at it until after
She
I rendered
stood
my
behind
verdict,
that
but I did
podium.
have a chance to look through your criminal history, and there's some things on there, and I would echo what Mr. King says as far as there being some alcohol-related convictions. If you lived in Licking County, I would probably go ahead and refer you to services because I think you would benefit from them. I hope that
Somebody just called it.
Engaged in mental health counseling to address any mental health issues you might have or trauma issues that you might have, because certainly that's important. Because if you don't, that's never going to go away. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find that your experience over the weekend, from the moment of your interaction with the officer to the moment of being released by me from the jail, is sufficient punishment. And so on each of the 3 charges, I'll impose a fine of $150. On the theft charge, I will go ahead and order restitution to be paid to Papa Booze in the amount of $179.11. And I'm going to put down jointly and severally. You said it was Donietta Williams?
Donetta, I think her last name is Cabrera.
You think?
She has like 4 last names.
Okay. Is she Hispanic? Okay.
She
I mean, I
hot.
know a lot of there's like more than
Kind of body type.
Oh, white
Thick girl.
By
Big
marriage.
thighs.
Oh, okay. All right. Because
Your
it's
Honor,
like
we have in the initial report, we have it as Donetta, Porras.
Horace. And how do you spell the first name?
Donetta.
Okay.
But looking
So
that up
I'm going
on
to order that the
Facebook.
restitution be imposed what's called jointly and separately. That means if she ultimately gets convicted of that theft and is ordered to pay restitution,
No tip.
we're
Sorry.
both responsible for the entire $179.11. But the business isn't going to get that twice. If you pay $179, and there's still 11 cents, she would be responsible for the 11 cents. If you guys split it equally, that's entirely up to you. But the business does deserve to be made whole for its economic loss that night. Now, I'm also going to impose a 3-day jail term on all 3 of the charges. But as I mentioned, I find that you spending the entire weekend in jail is, at least given the circumstances of your out-of-county residence, sufficient in this particular case. So 3 days jail, 3 days credit. You'll get time to pay off your fines and your costs, and they'll take you down to the clerk's office here in a moment to explain that to you. You'll get some time to pay. As I mentioned, you have a right to appeal my decision finding you guilty, as well as my whatever the sentence.
Oh, she's got it.
You have a right to have an appeal notice.
She's smart. She will not.
30 days, which is
Right.
the deadline by which it has to be paid. You have a right to obtain a transcript
But-
of our proceedings today, and that's also required in order to pursue an appeal. And you have the right to be represented by an attorney.
I don't feel like she really wants that body
You
cam.
would be eligible to ask the court to appoint an attorney to represent you during the course of your appeal, and you would be eligible to ask the court to give you the transcript
Dave.
free if you qualified based on your income and your
So
expenses.
that is a
I will
theft
say this,
charge also.
Mm-hmm.
the appellate process is a much more complicated process than just the trial court. Obviously, you did a little bit of research on your own. The appellate court is even less forgiving than the trial court. There are very specific and detailed requirements, and if you don't meet them, they just say. So if you're going to pursue,
what they say, yeah, exactly.
Apply for counsel, retain one, or at the very least consult with one before you make that decision. But do you have any other questions?
No,
today,
not her,
Mr. Ramirez?
please.
Anything further, Mr. King?
No, Your Honor.
All right, very well. That'll be all. We'll take a recess. Are we to have a trial in your case, Mr. Carter?
Wow. What we get to watch her leave. Hang on.
Go ahead. Ooh, she got a little hand.
Trial that's scheduled to start at 3:15. So we can have a quick discussion here. Why don't counsel for the parties go ahead and meet me in chambers?
Okay.
And Mrs. Ramirez, Mr. Holbert will escort you down to the course.
Have a blessed day, Miss Ramirez.
I hate to see that. Obviously, she worked very hard on her case. Tons of times, at least 10 to 12 minutes of work. Oh, the weather's coming in hot.
Yeah. The 2022 music scene. Fat Dog on Saturday.
Yeah. Looking forward to Rich Burns, I think, is coming. Is there a Van Halen cover band coming? What was that down there below? Wow, they look like they definitely would think about over-serving.
Smoking and drinking. Drew Allen. Perfect timing band.
Knock 'em stiff, everybody. Who doesn't love good old knock 'em stiff?
Knock 'em stiff. Looks like a fun place, though. I will say that it is absolutely a place that you go and get just shit faced in the in the sun. I mean, come on,
puking in the sand, baby. How's the fishing out there? I wonder.
I can say this, that you got a halfway decent band there, a nice day. Drinks are flowing all day. I can see some sex in them. This would be a place that I would not be surprised.
She spent 40 minutes in the bathroom and 6 hours drinking here.
She only had a couple, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about. Just had a couple.
She had aperitises. That's why it was so high.
Oh, they have Pong? The hell are these? What do those have to do with anything? Oh, look at that. Shelly, you been there? Names
Right
on
on.
there. Dan and Randy. Anyways, man, what a case. That was wow,
what a big bridge they got there.
They got a beautiful bridge there.
Wow, good for them. Licking. The Licking Gate Bridge. Look, guys, we appreciate everybody coming by today. I said end of season. Whoa. There's Papa Boo. Not to be confused with Papa D. We appreciate everybody coming by today. If you haven't already liked this video, we need you to do so. And at 4:05, less than an hour away, Wild Woman Wednesday, we got some doozies. And one that has been sent in the last 2 days, I'm going to say about 50 people have sent me the same video. So
that's all right.
Make sure you're ready for your video to be played, because more than likely it's getting played today. So,
Judge Stansbury seems to be one of the most fairest judges we've come across. And the people that he deals with,
he could have really just gave her a hard time.
Well, Darkly Noon, stay away from Papa Booze, please. And congrats on
Unless you're
that.
looking for bathroom sex, then go on in. The water's fine.
That was a hell of a case. I just every once in a while, and that's why I love doing this live, because every once in a while, that's 2 this week that we have
Great
fallen
cases.
upon that are really fantastic. But that one, I'm serious. That was like the closest to being like written for us. I mean, even at the end, just there at McDonald's.
Perfect.
That was just crazy. Anyways, boy, they got some weird ass pictures in the middle of their Facebook. I don't know.
Well, that's right outside the bar, Creed.
Look at those kebabs.
Yeah, those are nice. That's a caprese salad kebab do. Drizzle a little bit of that goodness.
Burger don't look bad.
No.
See some more food pictures.
Right there on their white sand beaches. Oh, wow. Look at that. Is that some shrooms on there, maybe?
I think so.
Nice.
Party shrooms.
Private planes. They've got it all. Whoa.
A very confused shrimper.
Or suicidal ferryman. I'm not sure which one.
Oh, cute bitches.
Dogs are allowed. Table 60 at least.
We'll see you guys in an hour. I got to do some eBay, and we'll be back. And it even fell under Wild Women Wednesday too, which is just great skill share. Another bitch.
They're bringing them out.
Emily gets mad.
Oh,
when I
come
call
on,
Coda a
man.
bitch. That is a cute bitch.
That's adorable.
No Brenda King. Oh, thank you guys. Great crowd today too. Which was
good times. Good times. All right, guys. We'll see you here in just a little bit. Until then, bark at the moon.
just found a picture of the bar. They have a Red Bull cooler reminiscent of the one on Voyage. What if they
maybe
take anything out of it?
In conjunction with